Welcome to the Unity of Olympia podcast.
I am peace. Together. I am peace. I radiate peace. I radiate peace. Peace shines through me like a beacon. Peace shines through me like a beacon and adds light to the world. And adds light to the world. You know, the second week of Advent is all about peace. There's a story about this fellow's looking for something under a street light in the dark one night. And the cop drives by and he's like, why is this guy down on his hands and knees underneath the street light? He probably just came out of the bar. So he pulls over and he goes over and he says, what are you looking for? And the guy says, I'm looking for my keys. And he says, well, all right, I'll help you look. And he looks, he can't find them either. And he is sure they're not there. And he said, well, where did you lose them? And he says, under my car over there. He says, well, why are you looking here if you lost it over there? One of the things that we do is we look for peace outside of ourselves. We look for it in the light, where really and truly it's only within. No matter what is going on the outside, peace that happens for us in our minds and in our hearts only happens on the inside until we radiate that peace outward, right? Once I know I am peace, once I know I radiate peace, once I know I am a beacon of peace to share that light with others, that light of peace, then all of a sudden, this is one of my favorite phrases, you ready? Consciousness is contagious. You can catch that. You can pass that on. That's our job. Right now in this world, as we look around, a lot of people look around and say, yeah, no, I don't want to look, because it doesn't feel very peaceful. And truth is, in our nation, we are culturally divided, and so that doesn't feel very peaceful. In the world, when you take a look around the entire world, we got some stuff going on. And there's the people that you listen to. Oh, I listened to Noam Chomsky the other day. Oof. According to him, human life as we know it is going to end. I'm pretty much done with him. Because we're here now. As long as we are here now, there is a chance for human life to flourish and grow and be shared and move forward in a way that honors all of the gods, of all of the religions, of all of history. Are you on board with this? Yeah. Including the God of science. I'm in. Peace is one of the things that has been sought forever and ever. That's why it's such an integral part of so many religions. In Hindu, one of the oldest religions we know of, peace is known by Shanti. One of the practices that many people do, and I bet many of you have done this too, is to sing Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om. The practice is an invocation of inner peace. And there's a threefold, let me see if I can, I haven't looked at this, so let me get to that place where it talks about the three. Here it is. The first chant of Shanti is a means of cleansing and purifying the body of suffering. The second is used to relieve the mind of negative feelings and worries. And the third touches the soul in order to connect us, the individual, with our highest self. Om Shanti 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 Om. Also in Hindi, There's another one that talks about, another word that talks about non-violence, and it is the opposite of violence. Violence is himsa, and the word ahimsa, with an A in front of it, means non-violence. So they have two words for peace. The one word is about peace within, but the other word is truly about peace in the world, peace in our relationships. This is one of the oldest religions on the planet, and certainly the one that we know about the most. The Upanishads talk a lot about the need for peace and the need to bring inner peace so that we can share that with others. Islam uses the word salam. For them, it's about compassion and justice. It's advocating for harmony between people and communities or tribes in the oldest Islam tradition. In Hebrew, it's shalom. Here's a really nice thing about shalom. It's derived from a root word that means wholeness or completeness. So when we think about peace, because we have that one word for it, we want to invoke all of those meanings, right? The nonviolence, the peace within that connects me with my highest self, that relieves me of the suffering of the body, that allows me to release those feelings and thoughts, that allows me to know peace with others and with communities as a whole, including those communities with which we disagree. Got that? Or shall I say that again? Peace with those communities with which we disagree strongly. It's a tall order. I am peace. Together? I am peace. I radiate peace. Peace shines through me like a beacon and adds light to our world. This is our responsibility. It's not just about I come here and I feel good and then I'm powered up. It's I come here, I feel good, I take it out there and I share it with other people too. Okay, so I did a really bad job of that this week. But then I tried to fix it the next day. Anybody have trouble with pharmacies ever? I had a little trouble with my pharmacy, and the big problem in my mind was that the lady behind the counter wasn't paying enough attention. I made a judgment. I made a non-peaceful judgment. There may have been truth to that, but had I employed perhaps some empathy, perhaps some laughter, perhaps some wisdom from the divine within me, purposeful connection with my highest self, any of those things could have stopped me from telling her that she needed to apologize to me. Dang. Because I was right, she was wrong, we figured that out. Now, I know I'm not alone in having these things sort of happen, right? No, it never happens to you guys? Got it. Oh, you do. Okay, good. Okay, good. All right. And so, I spent a lot of time in prayer about it because I felt bad. It hurt. It hurt my heart to not have that peace. It hurt my heart to have that discontent, to know that I had called her out on the carpet, right? Made her see how wrong she was. I was embarrassed. That's okay. The next day when I went to pick up the right prescription, she was there. And I took the opportunity to make amends. I took the opportunity to reach across the aisle and to be connected with her, and to allow her to join me in this opportunity for peace, in this opportunity to know that perhaps we both were a little bit off the, looking for some peace in this light of the light bulb, where instead we should have been looking around in the dark where we were. I'm very grateful for that opportunity. It's way easier to do with strangers than with anybody else. I've just finished a book called 1,000 Splendid Suns. Some of you have read it. It's a book about, would somebody go downstairs and ask them to go out of there? Thank you. They're disturbing me. I'm not at peace. I know a way to get there. I'm going to have other people make it happen so I can feel better. Oh my gosh, is today's lesson on inner peace? So I'm reading this book about these two women in Afghanistan, and it starts in 1979 and it ends in 2007, and it talks about their lives and the way that their lives change over the period of time when Russia was there, and then America gave weapons of war to the indigenous peoples, and then the indigenous peoples were fighting, and it's just on and on and on about different power structures changing their lives dramatically over and over again. Neither one of them had peace until they ended up married to the same man. And at first, even that created a whole bunch of upset. But what they got to do was they got to create peace. They got to create love. They got to create something because it already lives within us. And they were both willing to invite it forward to share it. And their household and their children became loving. Not the husband. He never did. But it is contagious to one another if we are willing to receive. One of the things that I have learned through this class that I've been taking in positive intelligence is that the greatest way to peace, for me, and for most people, as is proven through scientific research, is to be totally in the body. Now, I talked about this a month ago or so, about having your attention on your fingertips so deeply that you can feel the ridges of your fingertips. It's not just that, it's anything, right? It's anything that allows you to disconnect from figuring out mind, from the judging mind, from the mind that's constantly looking for safety. It's checking in and being completely one with the body. So part of my practice has become, as I walk my dog in the morning, has become really looking at the trees. Do you know that the trees out there have buds on them already? There are buds on the ends of these trees already. Winter isn't even here yet. To really hearing the songs of the birds and the different songbirds. To hearing, I live across the street from an elementary school, to hearing the laughter of the children. To seeing and hearing, to be completely in the body. And then picking up the stuff that my dog leaves. One of the things that happens in church and spiritual communities is we start to create sacred cows. Charles and Myrtle Fillmore, the co-founders of Unity, were adamantly opposed to ritual because of the sacred cow that it can become, that it suddenly has no meaning beyond this is what we do. This is how we are. This is who we are. rather than letting it become a transformative experience that allows us to really live fully and freely and joyfully. My sacred cow, I had 2 sacred cows when I got here 12 and a half years ago. One of them was the Lord's Prayer. We used to do the Lord's Prayer after every meditation. We would do it either in song or we would do it just speaking it aloud. I miss it greatly. I gave in because I do recognize that it is in our current culture. In our current culture, it is seen as patriarchal and painful for many people. So we let that go. The other one, my other sacred cow, is the peace song. I've been singing the peace song at the end of Sunday services since I was 7 years old. We're doing it still. People have suggested to me that we let it go. Crazy. Crazy. La, 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 la. Thank you, Deb. La, 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 la. So what I want to do right now, yep, I'm good. What I want to do right now is I want to talk about the peace song and what it means. Let there be peace on earth. Let there be peace on earth. Now, there was a time when I thought, yeah, that's like the beauty queen coming out and saying, I want to help create peace on earth. Because we know that's ridiculous, right? That's what the beauty queens all say, but it's not ridiculous. That is the cynical view that our world has provided. Wanting to help create peace on earth is a beautiful, beautiful goal. And let it begin with me. That's the next line. I want stuff out there to be okay so I can feel better. I want to catch it from somebody else. I don't want to have to be the one that brings it. Anybody else with that? I won't look. I know I'm not alone in that. I mean, I want other people to act the way that I want them to act so I can feel at peace. And that's not the way that peace on earth is ever, ever, ever going to happen. The peace that was meant to be. Does anybody want to speak to that? I got a microphone and I got legs. All right, I will. I think that deep inside each and every one of us, we recognize that peace is the highest and best expression of humanity. Yes, that requires acceptance. Accepting other people as different than us. Even accepting that other people judge us. Maybe even other people are going to do things against us. Peace was meant to be, is our invitation to be that beacon of light so that we can invite others to share that peace too. With God as our Father, brothers all are we. Okay, there's the patriarchy. And now what we sing is different, but because this is a copyrighted piece, we're just going to talk about what that means for publication. We have to honor the original language. With God as our Father, brothers all are we. What does that mean to us? What do we say? With God as Creator, family all are we. Yes. Yeah. So how many of you believe that God, this gives the idea that there is a God out there that is a creator? Any of you fully on board with the guy in the sky creating everything? Yeah, good, excellent. I love that. There are people who are completely on board with that, and there are people that are like, yeah, no, I don't know. I'm in the I don't know camp. And I love that because that shows our diversity. Let me walk with my brother in perfect harmony. Let us walk together, one another, each other. Perfect harmony. Oftentimes, harmony does not mean we're singing the same note, right? Harmony is not about being on the same line of music. If it's jazz, it's completely different music almost. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. Now, and now, and now. Okay, not when I'm arguing with the woman behind the counter at the pharmacy, but the next day. Right? As close to now as possible. With every step I take, let this be my solemn vow. With everything we do, let this be a path for us, right? That peace over and over in all of our, doesn't mean that you don't get to say what you think. It doesn't mean you don't get to hold to your values in the face of somebody else having values that are different than yours. It doesn't mean that you don't get to be authentic. It means we do it peacefully. Take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth and let it begin. With me. That's right. I am peace. I radiate peace. Peace shines through me like a beacon and adds light to our world. Who knows how that woman that I was unpeaceful with one day and then made peace with the next day, who knows how that was received by her? Perhaps it was received in such a way, because my guess is that she has unpeaceful interactions on a regular basis. Perhaps that peaceful one, where I'm offering peace after the fact, really made a difference for her. When I went out of my way to make amends. Sometimes I think our mistakes are not mistakes. And then my favorite is the Catholic greeting. How does it go? And peace be with you and also with you. That this greeting back and forth goes back ages and ages and ages. I think it goes back to Paul. He says, the God of peace be with all of you, in the letter to the Romans. Peace be with you. In peace, we get to party. In peace, we get to play. In peace, we get to work. In peace, we get to share. Generosity. In peace, we sing. In peace. I believe that eventually this world will be in peace. And that all of the people on it will be in peace. And I do believe that the experience that we're having right now on the whole planet is the turmoil of birthing a new reality. That the only way that change happens for the better is to have a pushback strong. And do you know, for me, I am a liberal left-wing tree hugger. I am all the way out there. And for me, I know that my words and my actions have helped to create, because I was pushing back. I thought I was pulling forward. I thought I was pulling others forward. But that's not how it got taken. It was received as a pushback. And of course, when somebody pushes back, that is the natural reaction because consciousness is contagious. Now that I see that that has been true, I'm still the left tree-hugging liberal wacko. Yeah, there's another one out here. And I know I'm not alone. And now that I see that, I just am calming down a little bit and wanting to offer peace. My neighbor, when he moved in, he says to me, within 5 minutes of meeting out in the driveway, he says, "So do you like a particular political figure?" And I said, "Not so much. But we're neighbors first, right?" And he said, "Yeah, we're neighbors first." That is an action of peace. I didn't even take a breath. Not so much, but we're neighbors first. We're humans first. We're people that are expressions of the divine, regardless of whether others know it or not. Today I'm looking forward to our party. I'm looking forward to being with all of you and hearing music and sharing gifts and sharing food. And I'm excited for the peace that we can bring forth in the world. Each of us committed to sharing the peace. Peace be with you.